Let's go.
Django, you black son of a bitch!
Dear son, don't take the truth though. Put him in the booth though, beat my suit though. Yeah. You so new though, don't tell your truth though. But I'm in the booth though, beat with my suit though. Yeah. Back in the day, I like to write that shit. Yeah. Technology, I wanna film that shit. Film that shit. Chillin' in my Benzo with my Lorenzo with a new in screw. You can ask my kinfo, she can probably dip it low, really slow. Look at little mama, no hands. She conscious, but she came to dance. If she gon' want that advance, she gon' have to show me more than that ass. There's suits in the club, and you know they watching. They tipping, and oh, they not stopping. No stopping. You poppin', you drop it, you drop it, you drop it. You pick it, you shop it, you upgrade your closet. You upgrade your closet.
Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with the bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that. Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with the bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that.
Walk like that, cause I talk like that. Built like who, you ain't boss like that. Send me in the gamo, we gotta spark back. Rather put her hips on my waist than a strap. I slap a booty, watch a booty slap back. Bounce it up, now let me see you throw it back. Cock it, baby, like you about to bust back. Chalk 'em out when I hit the flow. Smooth criminal, no Billie Jean. Like Mike Jack with a gangster lean. No James Brown, but I'm a bad man. Gon' tambourine and put it in my hand. No Costco, I'm tryna sample that. No layaway, I need it right now. Front and center, tryna wipe out. Tryna surf a wave until it's lights out.
There's suits in the club, and you know they watching. They tipping, and oh, they not stopping. No stopping. You pop it, you drop it, you drop it, you drop it. You pick it, you shop it, you upgrade your closet. You upgrade your closet.
Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with the bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that. Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with the bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that.
Like brother polite, you the god of the earth. How do you know? Asking my since birth. Can't respect goddess, then you don't know your worth. Having real fun, my yacht real fertile. Loving when the goddess jump over that hurdle. You could be a turtle, but your ass got a cutter. Came from the bottom and she pop it like a turnip. She pop up like a turnip.
Django, you black son of a bitch!
Dear son, don't tell the truth though. Put him in the booth though, beat my suit though. Yeah. You so new though, don't tell your truth though. But I'm in the booth though, beat with my suit though. Yeah. Back in the day, I like to write that shit. Yeah. Technology, I wanna film that shit. Film that shit. Chillin' in my Benzo with my Lorenzo with a new in screw. You can ask my kinfo, she can probably dip it low, really slow. Look at little mama, no hands. She conscious, but she came to dance. If she gon' want that advance, she gon' have to show me more than that ass. There's suits in the club, and you know they watching. They tipping, and oh, they not stopping. No stopping. You pop it, you drop it, you drop it, you drop it. You pick it, you shop it, you upgrade your closet. You upgrade your closet.
Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with the bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that. Walk around town with an ass like that. Walk around town, pump tags like that. Walk around town with the bling like that. With the bling like that, with the ice like that.
Walk like that, cause I talk like that. Built like who, you ain't boss like that. Send me in the gamo, we gotta spark back. Rather put her hips on my waist than a strap. I slap a booty, watch a booty slap back. Bounce it up, now let me see you throw it back. Cock it, baby, like you about to bust back. Chalk 'em out when I hit the flow. Smooth criminal, no Billie Jean. Like Mike Jack with a gangster lean. No James Brown, but I'm a bad man. Gon' tambourine and put it in my hand. No Costco, I'm tryna sample that. No layaway, I need it right now. Front and center, tryna wipe out. Tryna surf a wave until it's lights out.
There's suits in the club, and you know they watching. They tipping, and oh, they not stopping. No stopping. You pop it, you drop it, you drop it, you drop it. You pick it, you shop it, you upgrade your closet. You upgrade your closet.
Walk around town with an ass like that.
Let's go. All right, what up, what up? Let's turn that up. Let's turn it up. We out here. Welcome to the top of the morning show. We are here. We are live. We are posted up. Man, I am tired, but we're going to keep pushing through this thing. I've been up all night mixing music, and I can feel it in my bones. But we are here. We said we're going to do the show. This is a show you don't want to miss. This is one of them good shows. You know what I mean? Get your pen ready because we're going to have to do some research after this show. Keep in mind, I always say this too. Whenever we do shows and certain things, we only spark the thirst, you know what I mean? Just a little bit. So it's always good to go do your own research. We had a special guest. I don't know if he's going to pop in yet, so we're going to kind of keep that box open just in case. But let me introduce myself. I go by Cedric Blickman, a.k.a. Blick, and you are tuned in to the top of the morning show. I am nothing without my crew, so let's go ahead and introduce the crew real quick. We got Coco in there. What up, Coco? Looking all nice in the green. Everybody. Look at you. See, look at her. Looking how she looking, doing what she doing. That's what's up.
Hello, world.
How's your day going?
Wonderful.
Good.
Can't complain. Got that yerba mate in my system, so.
You good?
Ready to go.
She's ready to go. That's what's up. We also got the wonderful Poison. She's traveling right now, but she's still on the show. What's up, Poison? How you doing?
You said right. Right. I am good. I am up. I am showered. I'm ready. I'm on my way, and I'm on time.
Dang. She on time. Look, it's no excuse. If you could be on time while you on the move, I thank God for technology. I'll tell you that much. You can be in an Uber or a Lyft or something and still on the show. You know we at another place. You know we at another
on the show. Okay.
That's what's up.
Multitasking at its finest.
Yeah, man. So how's it traveling? Everything going good with you, Poison?
Oh, everything is going smooth. I'll be in Atlanta at 5 or 6-ish.
ATL shouted. She out here, man. ATL. She out. Yeah, we doing a lot of traveling. The whole team been doing a grip of traveling lately. So it's good. Traveling is amazing. Amazingness.com. Myself, I just got back from a trip myself, man. Whoo, Lord. Went to Costa Rica. We did Jamaica. We did Cuba, Bahamas. Boy, I told y'all, man, changed my life forever. It's never going to be the same. Seeing the world from different angles, whew, it hits you differently. Colombia, though, was super surprising. Like, they had it to where you would think, like Jamaica, we seen a whole bunch of wild birds, crazy, all caged though, like few out. Colombia, nigga, it's just like foreign birds flying everywhere. Like you can catch a parrot. If you can catch one, you know, you can have one. You know, it was crazy. So, and monkeys, like monkeys was just chilling. Like we posted up, monkey rode up on us real fast, real quick, grabbed a bag, you know, they looking at fighting. I was like, damn.
It's funny that you mentioned that because when I was in Florida and I had that little detour because I was, you know, had a layover.
Yeah.
It dawned on me when I was walking around. I'm like, I ain't seen no damn lizard or nothing. I was kind of pissed. I'm like, I thought I was going to see a praying mantis. I ain't seen not a one bug, nothing.
They gone. They trying to be safe. That's what this shit happening. They trying to be safe. But yeah, man, I swear, like, it's not like how it is in the States out here, man. It's definitely a lot different in other places. But yeah, it was seeing the world is good, man. Traveling is amazing. If you haven't traveled in your life, at least in the United States, get your ass up and go travel, man. Go get your ass up and travel. Because it is definitely a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. Sorry, working on my morning voice. Somebody said earlier I was making their ears bleed. So it's all good. Get some Kleenex. All right, cool. So yeah, today, if you guys didn't know, we are going to be talking about conspiracy theories. We can't go into all the conspiracy theories because me and Coco almost had an hour-long talk just off of the possibility of certain conspiracy theories. So it's like, it's definitely a topic that we can stay on for eternity. I would like to look at myself as somebody that loves conspiracy theories. What's up, Smokey? And yeah, there's a different, a whole plethora of different type of things, which is AKA fuckery. Conspiracy theories should have a nickname called fuckery. For real, because it's so many things out here that we're looking at, and just even looking at some of the possibilities of certain things, man, it's sad and happy at the same time. I don't even know how to explain it. How can you be sad and happy at the same time? It's like some things I'm happy that they're debunking, and some things that they try to put over our minds is just like something else. This is gonna start some stuff right here. For instance, like we're not gonna go in all the way on it, but the flat Earth theory. Niggas.
People get so angry about it.
And
I'm just like, when it comes to anything that you think people tend to fight against anything other than what they've been taught because they don't want to. I guess they don't want to feel bamboozled.
Yeah.
Or
what's up, PC?
What they think they know, they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm the idiot, which I don't subscribe to anything, let's let it be clear. But if I'm the idiot, why are you mad? You're the smart one. You know it all.
You're right.
I don't get that. So to me, that's something you need to dig. If you have any problem with a conspiracy theory, you need to reevaluate check yourself, because what is you mad about?
It's
People
a theory.
have other ideas.
It's a theory.
Yeah.
And they act like
the famous quote that I love.
Go ahead.
I can't remember the guy's name right now. It says, if everybody is thinking alike, someone isn't thinking.
Man.
Okay? Let people have their own thoughts.
God dang, you better tell them again. You get some applause for that shit. That's some. Tell these niggas to wake the hell up, please.com. Nah, for real, you're not lying though. It's like when people get caught in a box, and then let's say you had a moment. Sometimes you have a moment, and when you have a moment when you discover something, or when you have a moment of doing a certain thing, you just want that moment to never end. So if somebody comes and shits on your parade, or somebody comes and says, well, actually, the circumference is 0.14,000 or whatever, it just makes your spirit just turn.
I have my own little story about that.
Go ahead.
So when I was doing all my research, and I even drew the flat Earth map on the clock, I was doing all my little experiments and all that type of shit, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know about that one, the flat Earth with the clock thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there talking to my grandfather about it. My aunt called. So he's telling her what, we're talking about. Yeah. And then she gets so angry and then tells me, my grandfather told me the earth was round. And I'm like, what does that got to do with what I'm talking about? I am not subscribing to anything or saying anything about what you want to believe. Yeah. I am just simply doing some research. Yeah. Simply. Oh, yeah. I can really care less. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Doing research doesn't hurt anybody. Looking into something, listening to other people's opinions doesn't mean anything. Yes, exactly. And everybody is entitled to have their own goddamn opinion. If you think the world should only think like you, you're a selfish motherfucker. I'll say it like that. Selfish in a motherfucker. You should want people to think different ways. Now, everyone's way can't be the most golden way. It is what it is. Some people appreciate it. Some people have different ways to express themselves, and it's all right, man. Sit your ass down and be okay with something different outside of yourself or your norm. Appreciate you, Goddess. What's up? But yeah, like I said, today we're going to be going in on conspiracy theories. We're going to be going in on a different kind of concepts. We're going to lightly go over the topic. We're waiting for our special guest. We had a special guest. I don't know if he's going to show up just yet. He was, he's struggling with the big old thing. So we're going to see what's up. But he's definitely, you're in for a treat if he definitely comes on in.
Poison, I seen that you had your hand up. What's up? What's up with you? Miss Lady, what's good? Good, Lotus. What's up?
feel I'm going to cruise. I started hearing about this flat Earth thing. So what is it that the Earth isn't round? It's flat.
See, that's a
I don't
whole
know,
nother thing in
Sarah,
itself.
I've never heard
Look, I
the
told you.
theory at all.
We have
We
pictures.
said we wasn't gonna go.
I said
deep
I'm not gonna
into
go.
that.
I said I'm not gonna go there.
There's
But we
a
have
lot.
actual pictures. That's why I can't wait till he comes in. He has actually pictures of
A lot of
what the
different
Earth is
things
supposed to
different that.
really look like. But we're not gonna. Like I said, we was just giving an example. I was giving an example about the flat Earth type of thing. But we're not gonna go there
I
because
don't
that'll start a
know,
whole.
but there's also pictures of the Earth round.
Yeah,
So-
did mostly digital. Mostly
From
digital.
where? NASA?
Yeah, I was gonna say mostly
Composite
digital.
They say on their thing that are composite.
So you believe
You
it
can-
too, Coco? You believe that the Earth is flat?
No, I didn't say it 3 times already. I don't subscribe.
None
to
of it.
Anything.
None of it. I get you. I agree. That's a
I
good
don't tell
place.
you what it looked like because I haven't seen it.
Exactly. I ain't seen it with my eyes, so
Perception
I don't
is
believe
not
them, though.
What we think it is. If you watch Brain Games, you would know our eyes and perception. Even if you take a picture, shit ain't what it seems.
It's different.
No, that's true. That's true.
What's up, OG?
I definitely agree with that with the brain, even the chemicals in the brain and how, people who have chemical dysfunction, they have
No, I'm saying on a
perception
lighter
issues.
note. I'm saying on a lighter note, the way things hit our retinas, we see things differently.
Mhm.
Say, for instance, this is the one example I always bring up is the curvature of bridges. Like when you stand in a certain way, and not even just that. How about the train tracks? When you look at train tracks and they go off in the distance, they go in, right? And we know damn well that's not what they do, but our eyes see it disappearing. So that's
Right,
one thing
but
of our
that's
perception
distance.
being
Your
skewed.
eyes is showing distance though.
Exactly.
It's depth.
Yeah. Depth and
Exactly,
field.
but the cameras pick that up as well.
Yeah.
Cameras see the
Cameras
see
can
the
go
same
lens.
thing we see.
Yeah. You can get a camera and
So-
see it and go as far as a certain particular point.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about a camera at a certain point sees exactly what we see. So
Mm-hmm.
we know they have better cameras now that can zoom in farther than our eye and see it clearer.
Facts. That's true.
So that's
Right.
the difference.
Yeah. it's-
Like, so if we're taking pictures of certain things and light is hitting a certain way, like there's so many different experiments to
Of course.
why that people might see it as a round sphere,
Yeah. Of
like
course.
reflection, and it's a whole bunch of things.
The only problem that poses for me is astrology. And the reason why I say that is because the round surfaces and the balls, the way that it is explained in astrology, it makes sense. And if it were all flat, that entire analogy as well would have to go away. So then what would that be? That would be my
Well,
next question.
So in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, in a sense, it is round but not round.
That's what I keep saying. People don't
You know
get
what I'm
that. They
saying?
can't picture it in their brain,
It's
though.
a lot.
They can't picture
Like,
it. It's
things
it's
could be
both.
two things at one time.
Yeah, it's both.
It's a lot.
And I have a picture though. I wish I could show it on here. I got a picture though. I can't wait till
Why can't
Zakor
you
comes
just
in
show
there.
the
It's
picture?
so
It won't
many
show it on there,
things-
but it's
so many
it's
little
a
things
a
to break
round
down
flat
when it comes
surface.
to that.
Yeah, but anyway, for me, it's
I didn't mean to
also
open a can of
culture,
worms.
That's why I didn't want to say
ethnicity,
one.
spirituality, because remember, I live my life really and truly based on the stars, on the celestial beings, and I track the movement of the planets. And so the planets that I am tracking are round. They're moving. They're circular. They're shifting. And so all I'm saying to you is that for me to really clearly I really cannot fathom it in not any way, shape, or form any flat planets. Like like in my mind, this is what I'm picturing, which is why I would like to see a picture, because it runs very deep, even into health, right? When we talk about holistic health, our culture is completely created on the movement of the stars, down to when they put um plants into the ground,
Yeah.
right? Based on
Well,
when they plant food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't stop any of that.
well,
It doesn't
what I
stop
need you to
any of
know
that.
is that's what I'm saying. It doesn't
It don't
change
stop none of that.
anything of what you're saying.
I'm
It
thinking
doesn't change
sheets of
any of
paper
that.
floating around in the
See,
universe.
Nah,
that
it's
is
not
the
like that
biggest
either.
misconception.
It's not
too.
that either.
It's not like that either.
Yeah, not at all. That's why I say
Not
it's
like that.
everything you're
The whole thing is
saying.
Now
It's
you
the same
got
thing.
people that do subscribe to that kind of stuff. you're
Yeah,
talking
when they
about,
saying
but
flat
everything
like that is a
me and
different.
him have researched. It's like totally different than some flat sheet of paper, and no,
No.
totally different.
That's
Not
what
flat
is
sheet of
crazy.
paper.
well, that's what comes to my mind when you
Yeah.
guys say we're on a flat earth. I'm like, okay, so then what are we in relationship to all of these other planets that I've been studying for the past 10 years?
Well,
That's non-existent.
nothing
And then
actually
technically, like I
changes
said,
with
the culture that I was literally born into,
mhm.
it's part of our culture. Even yoga, Ayurveda, like if you pull all of these sciences, astrology, even the deities, a lot of people don't know this, but the deities are constellations.
Ooh,
So that
excuse me.
all of that
Yeah.
has to be completely rethought. And this is hundreds of
it
thousands
really
of
doesn't.
years.
doesn't have
I'm
to
about
be
to say it's
rethought.
not even that
It doesn't.
as it's the same
It's not.
connection because you're connecting
It's
certain ones
not
with certain type of
exactly.
energies and
It's
all
not
that. It
rethought.
doesn't change it. It's just changing the view of what we're locked into. And that's it. But we're going way into that. I said I'm not
still
going to
don't
go there.
believe it,
The
but like I said, I'm open if you have a picture.
Oh yeah, we got a picture. We got a if Zakor coming here,
We
it's gonna
got
be over.
a
He
lot
has
of
some
little
stuff
things that we can send you,
and some science
but
stuff.
you already know a lot of shit. You got to take with a grain of salt, and you might take
Can you
one
put
thing
it
that
in the
might
top of the
that
morning
make
show?
Yeah, now I'll have him talk to all of
Yeah.
us. He'll come in. He was supposed to be coming in here as a special guest, but like I said, once again, this show
All right, before
is
we
not
dive
on
too
the
deep,
flat. I want to say, damn, y'all done it again. I
Exactly.
said this
I
was
wanna
not the show.
actually
We have a
break
topic.
down conspiracy theory right quick.
Go
I
ahead.
want to break down conspiracy
Let's
theory
go.
before
My
we go
bad.
all the way
Okay.
into the conspiracy. So I thought it was interesting to break down each word and then the overall conspiracy theory together.
Mhm.
This is usually Poetic's job right here, but Poetic is
She's on the run.
busy.
She's on the move.
So we're gonna first break down conspiracy. Conspiracy, a secret plan. Huh?
No, she's good. Go ahead.
A secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay,
That's correct.
unlawful or harmful. So okay, let's keep going. Theory: a supposition or a system of ideas intended to explain something, especially one based on general principles, independent of the thing to be explained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to conspiracy theory. A belief that a secret but influential organization is responsible for an event or phenomenon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, the first part, conspiracy, is unlawful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so the Central Intelligence Agency is the first one to really coin this and
Mhm.
make this a thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the attempt, of course, to falsify shit they didn't want people to know.
That's how it
Basically,
started.
In a
That's true.
nutshell.
That's some history.
Exactly. So, but President John F. Kennedy was actually like the most, known for saying that, but they thought that it started with him and it did not.
Yeah, it started
So I
before.
just have to throw that out there.
All right. So,
Mhm.
but we're using, like I said, with a grain of salt. We're not going deep diving in there. Trust me, we can have a whole entire conversation on it. We were up all night yesterday, actually going the fuck in. But like I said, I just chose purposefully. I'd rather choose our own show. We can just have a whole show talking about it, and we'll accept all opinions, everybody's side, and bring your facts, and we can kind of take it from there. But like I said,
And all these things are alleged.
yeah,
Right?
exactly. and everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Allegedly.
This is
Yes,
Allegedly. Exactly.
not
And everybody
something we actually know or subscribe
because
to.
nobody
We are
didn't seen
not
it themselves.
teachers
Nobody
in
didn't
this
seen it.
knowledge are scientists, and like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We are just simply humans that put together,
Yes.
you know, things from
Well, I
all
mean, I have
backgrounds.
seen it though. Like I've looked into telescopes. I don't know. That's that was another thing. I'm glad you said that because
You've seen the
I
Earth?
have looked into telescopes.
Wait, you've seen the
I
Earth?
also do.
Okay, but there's a thing on that too
no,
as
not the
well.
Earth.
Oh, okay. I was going
I
to say,
know
you've
on
seen the
that
Earth?
too as
Planet
well
is what I'm
about.
saying.
Yeah.
There's a thing on that too as well
So the
about
other
how
planets
we
around,
see
but not
certain
Earth.
stars
really,
and all
H.
that.
It's a reflection too.
No,
There's a
definitely.
certain thing about the reflections. You can talk
Yes.
about reflections because of how the atmosphere is and how it's a certain thing, and that's why it turns dark at
Reflection,
night.
the way shit hits
I'm
light,
still.
all
You
kinds
guys
of
crazy.
do not have me convinced yet at all.
Oh no, we don't have to. I already know. Like I said, we have people
like-
that will. That's what I ain't gonna go
I
into
just-
it.
I-
I
I'm
choose
for
not
this
to.
one video.
I'm letting it.
I'm gonna look
waiting
for this one
your
video.
Is that him?
special guest
Yeah, I'm waiting for
and
him.
your pictures and your
This one
videos.
video.
Like
Nah, he has science. It's a whole bunch of stuff behind it.
This
He
is
even
so
got the
fun.
original content when they
It's not
changed it.
Scientists that break down both
thing
parts.
that you said has convinced me.
Yeah, nah, it's good. It's
Not one thing
You
has.
see, the thing is this too.
Yeah.
I want to say this too. I am not. I'm speak for myself. I am not trying to convince.
Yeah, that's what I said. I
anybody
don't
when it
care.
comes to
I
anything
don't
that I
care.
researched.
I just seen it and was like, oh my lord,
I'm not trying to convince.
and that made me make a decision.
nobody.
So.
Where he at? Right, Kima? Come on, Kima. Where he
So
at?
it is what it is. Like I said, this show, I just spoke of saying conspiracy theories like flat earth. I shouldn't even said the word flat earth, but it is what it is. But today we do have some other things that we're going to be discussing that are under the categories of conspiracy theories. I see since this sparked such a conversation, we definitely will bring this back. We're still waiting. I said, I don't know if Zakura is going to come. If he does, then we'll bust it open. If not, we're going to go ahead and go with the following program as scheduled. So, all right, so let's keep it going. All right, so so far we had a couple of things like we were talking about. Let's bring out the dinosaur conversation. There's been a lot of conspiracy theories based off of dinosaurs. They say that they've dug up dinosaurs. They've placed these bones together and they look like a certain way. And then not only can they put the bones together, but then they also put the skin on top of these bones, saying that these dinosaurs look this way. So let's kind of go down the panel and just see how people feel about that. How do you feel about that, Coco? Do you feel that the bones that they found and these things that they've constructed together are the actual, or they look like how dinosaurs did
Well,
way back in the day? How do you feel
I
about
don't
that?
know if I'm jumping the gun, but the biggest conspiracy is they say they never existed,
Oh,
and I'm just like, I don't
Damn.
understand how they can say that.
damn. So that means that's
And there's
even
still
crazy.
People saying they still seeing them.
Yeah, that's deep in itself.
So
I always have thought
found out
reptilians.
some other big information that I didn't know.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you that part because they always seem to say that they're reptile, but in
Mhm.
actuality, they're saying that they come more from birds. So your biggest T-Rex might have had feathers.
That's deep in itself.
That's what they're saying. hmm
Interesting. That's why I say it was always weird to just
Very
know
interesting.
in my mind that how did they know the exact skin? How did they know the exact, whatever? And, why are they not trying to trace the DNA from some of the things that are on Earth? You know what I mean? Like we always look at an alligator. Those could be dinosaurs right there. We're just thinking in our brain dinosaurs have to be gigantic. But why do they have to be gigantic all the time? Some of the bones they found were actually not huge like everyone is saying. So that's why I'm saying it could have been a number of things. There were taller human beings back in the day. They have bones of those and structure systems of those. So like I said, it's like my thing is to get people
They
to question.
even said that. I think even in the Bible, people were taller.
Yeah. No, they got giants and conspiracy theories right now that giants still even exist. Some actual really huger than normal people exist. Not like fairy tales like Jack and the Beanstalk, like damn,
Well,
but maybe.
my great grandfather
Well, there
was
are
7
people
too. So
still now that they claim they have pituitary problems and they overgrow, but there are people right now, they put them in the Guinness Book of World Records and all that stuff
Facts.
when they reach 9 and 10 feet and stuff, but
Yeah.
it does happen.
That would be considered a giant. Like seriously, anything over 7 to
Yeah,
8
my
feet
grandfather was
is a
7
giant.
too.
Yeah, that's a giant. So that's
And
I said.
he didn't have any problem.
We try to, in our mind, I think the fairy tale kind of lifestyle makes us just jump like, that ain't a giant. A giant need to be tall as a building or tall as this house. You know what I mean? But nah, there's a different kind of way.
That's not true. And then
Mhm.
I think that those giants like that they used to talk about, I think that's who they were talking about because it still happens.
Yeah.
And the same thing with dwarfs and little people.
Facts.
It still happens.
Facts. They're
Pygmy.
still here. They're still here. So
Exactly.
going in, is that him? Oh no, I thought that was him. I got happy for a second.
So,
Sakura. Go ahead.
mention something
Yeah,
else.
so we was talking about the dinosaurs.
Oh, wait. Poetic. We haven't heard from you yet. Hold on.
Yeah,
You got something
I
to
wanna
say
hear
about
what
this before I
Pines-
drop another bomb.
Yeah, so Poetic, what are you thinking about? What's your take when it comes to dinosaur, the whole dinosaur theory?
I find it hard to believe. Like, I believe that there was something here before us.
Of
So
course.
the bones
What's up,
do
King?
believe the whole spin and how it was supposed to look. That's hard to believe. Like,
Yeah.
how did you get this color, this texture, just from the bones? But I believe
Yeah.
they were here.
Okay. Yeah, I get it too. I believe too. Yeah, like I said, it's up in the air. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that we have to just debunk because, like you said, they add skin texture, the colors of the eyes. They're putting pieces of stuff. When I was finding out some of the research, they were grabbing stuff from different things and making it its own thing. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily like all the bones was just left perfectly there. They taking this from here, this arm from here. Like she was saying, like about a T-Rex. The T-Rex was looking like a damn chicken originally. So from some of the research on some gigantic
Yep.
chickens.
And they do have a lot more evidence to say that they probably had feathers.
That's a conspiracy
Let's
in
put that out
itself.
there.
If they were
Feathers?
giant
Scales.
chickens,
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That's a big ass chicken right now.
Killer chickens. Killer chickens.
They was like going
giant
around
chickens,
plucking
that's
people.
hilarious.
Going around plucking people. That sounds
Right.
like a skit right
That's
there.
what they're claiming those little arms were,
Yeah,
were wings. You know what I'm saying?
The little T-Rex arms. Like, pluck your ass. He's
Like, they
like,
wasn't
That
this way,
would
they was
make
that
sense.
way.
That would make sense if you like pluck all the feathers, but when when birds have all their feathers, their wings can be far and expansive.
yeah, huge. And no,
They can change their entire look.
have you all ever seen is it a condor? The bird? It's like a condor. Those things, when I say they are so
That big thing.
huge. Yeah, they're almost like 6 feet tall. Real talk, like damn near 6 feet tall, and their wing expand is like over 7 feet or something. Like really, they'll stand next to you and just it's the biggest thing ever. They catch like gazelles and deers. Like that's their food. They go catch those.
What color is the condor or what color is the
Yeah.
dinosaur? Because let me tell y'all,
Not
them feathers they put
gazelle.
on that dinosaur was colorful. And I'm
And
just like,
deer?
why y'all got the dang T-Rex looking like a damn parrot?
Oh, they had different
They
color
had
feathers
colorful
too.
Feathers on it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Nah, that's
See,
deep.
now y'all outrageous.
All right, so let me go down the line then. So what about you guys? How do you feel about the dinosaurs? Do you feel that dinosaurs ever exist? Do you feel they put some dubs on it? Do you feel they were pretty much accurate? How do you feel about the dinosaur issue?
I feel like I feel the dinosaurs existed. It makes sense to me. I do follow I guess somewhat of a hybrid of science and spirituality, and even with what's happening on the planet right now, I think is a good example of what happened to the dinosaurs. Okay, Mama. Okay, give me 2 more seconds. I'm almost done. I'm so sorry, you guys.
No, you good.
But what was I saying? Yeah, so one of the
Indica, what up?
reasons that they said what happened on the planet at that time was a lot to do with climate changes. There were climate changes, which also led to food changes, which also led to a lot of animals going extinct. Now, if we look at what's happening right now, hundreds of thousands of animals are going extinct every single year. Right now,
True.
and like there are tens of thousands of animals right now going extinct right now in this moment, and every year hundreds of thousands of animals are going extinct. And so even with climate change, with flooding, like here, it probably, I don't know where everyone else is on the planet, but here in Florida, the water is rising. And you know, the things like, you know, the other day we had this tornado literally picked up cars up out of the road,
Oh, wow.
feet out of the air.
Wow.
In Florida, this is no way, shape, or form
That's
ever
crazy.
a place that has tornadoes.
We've been experiencing that out
strong.
here in California too. Even in
Yeah.
Downey and in Compton too, they have
What?
little baby
In
tornadoes.
Downey?
That's wild.
Even all of the things
Yes.
California is experiencing with the wildfires and the what do they call it again when the flooding? What do they call it again? It's like the land breaks down when there's a whole season of fires like that.
Yeah.
The land breaks down and then it starts to corrode the land.
Oh,
The
wow.
land is literally changing right now.
Wow.
It's not just California. It's not just Florida. It's all over the planet. We are under a major shift. So I believe it.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
I believe in the dinosaurs. I believe that there was something before us, and I believe there will be something after us.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I do too. I believe it was a lot of things. I feel it was crazy. But I was going to say, what about the whole huge meteor thing? Because you know they have the conspiracy about that. A huge meteor.
That is still happening.
Yeah, no, I'm talking
Those
about
things
huge
still
meteor.
happen.
Yeah, well, I'm saying they saying like one of the
Yeah,
stories is a huge meteor hit.
They said
Boom.
that happened just recently.
No, okay.
But just recently we had meteors to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Also, two strange things happen with our radio signals.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, the planes fly on signals, and we communicate on these signals. And so a lot of times birds, have you guys ever heard of this? Birds completely just falling out of the sky.
Yep.
The entire
Flock, yeah.
what do they call it? Flock. The entire flock just falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
Same thing, planes. A plane just falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
So it's happening right now. These meteors are still happening.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the sun lets off rays, and sometimes there are like firestorms on the sun, and it affects us. It affects our waves and
in an environment.
so
Yeah, you're
there
right.
are so many things that are happening at the same time. And yes, I do believe that meteors is a thing, which is another reason why I believe that it's not a flat earth or whatever. These meteors are like when there's movement with the planets, and there are smaller structures that aren't necessarily planets that are bouncing around in the universe, and they are sometimes coming toward us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe in aliens. Pima brought it up a little bit earlier too. Aliens, we're not the only ones. I believe they're here.
Yeah, of course.
I believe they come into our atmosphere.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff I believe.
Speaking of that,
yeah, that's another whole world.
That's what I was kind of coming into our atmosphere. That's what I kind of was thinking about dinosaurs too as well. Maybe they're they can switch dimensions or some shit, because people are still seeing dinosaurs.
Yeah, people are still claiming it. Yeah, that's one of the conspiracies.
In the Congo.
Yeah. They're saying that some of those are still huge. They're still gigantic. That's why they was trying to hint around it with the King Kong thing, that King Kong movie with the huge gorillas and all that stuff and all that.
Dimensions are merging. Kima, I have heard that theory. I have heard that theory, and you know what? I want to believe it because spiritual people can usually walk multiple dimensions, and
at the same time,
it
Mandela
is
effect.
something that we have talked about, that shamans and multiple types of leaders, astral projectors, time travelers, this has not been a new theory at all. But however, what is new is as we get closer and closer to the veil, more and more people will be able to do this, and not
And see
just that's
things.
why we call people prophet, right? When they can see beyond us, or when we call someone a time traveler or a shaman or something extravagant, because they can do something that
Yes.
is not the norm that people can do.
Yeah.
But imagine a world where we're all capable of doing all of these things. Everyone is the empath, everyone is the shaman, everyone is the time traveler.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
If
trying
you're
to
not
say,
an
guys?
NPC,
Yeah. You know,
What's the NPC? What's
I'm
that?
a computer.
a non-player character. They are here in the Matrix. You know how the Matrix was, how you have people just walking around and they don't have a part. That's a non-player
And they don't
character.
have parts.
Yeah, they just come in just to
Yeah.
be.
They don't
I'm
have
like,
a
I'm
soul,
here.
basically.
There
I'm just
are
here.
zombie people right now.
You ain't never lied.
I was just talking about this too the other day. Like zombie people right now on
NPC.
autopilot, they can get all the way home.
Mm.
I actually studied this. This was a study that I did in college where people can shut off and don't even know they're off. This
Mm.
is a lot of times how accidents happen too. When
Mm.
people are in autopilot and they're just moving, they could literally do something in
Just like
autopilot.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Sims.
Like Grand Theft Auto, or
Mhm.
people that they're just so locked into the construct that has been created for us. They're like,
They're
like
auto.
Matrix.
Sims. Okay, it's time to get ready for work.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to pick up the kids. Okay, it's time
Yeah.
to go to church. Okay, it's time.
Yeah.
It's like
No, you're
so
right.
on and so forth, and their entire
Program.
life is on autopilot.
Yeah, we have a certain part of
Even
our
down
body.
to the
Program.
shows and the movies that they watch.
I would
when
have said
they're
we
home.
have a certain aspect of our bodies that are mechanical. And I've been learning that in one of the books that I'm actually reading now. That your body wants to go into that mechanical nature and it doesn't want to go outside of that. So there's certain people that are fearful in a sense to live another life or to think even certain things that we're talking about now because their body is so mechanical in that sense. It's done this every day. It's brushed its teeth all the time. It's this, that.
Gotta-
Anything outside of that, it
You
brings
gotta
up fear.
realize, exactly.
Mhm.
You gotta realize that we were once nomadic and tribal people that really were mechanical. Like you get up, you do this throughout your day, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just it.
Yeah,
Get up, do the same thing every day, but
it's more.
that was life. and
There's
that
more
was-
to
that's
life.
Really a rich life.
You're not living fully.
Well,
I can't
we
judge you.
Made,
But
I think it's
we
the same, but we have
made life
created
more.
yeah, we did
how
make life more
We have
different.
created this.
Yeah, we made it like
have
this.
made life harder.
Yeah, it's true. We
And
made the
I
streets,
Imagine
all
just
that.
for
even
gain,
how
for
we
capital.
were talking about traveling. Imagine how even we were talking about traveling. Imagine back then travel was not a big thing because that's just what you did.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like, oh, we
Right.
get to go here now. We get to go here now.
We get to
But
go
back
here, we
then,
get to go
people
there.
just travel.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't no thing like
They wasn't making a
now
big
you
thing.
have
It's
to
like,
have a
we was just
passport.
all yeah.
yeah.
People literally created the borders.
You're right. We
Yeah.
did
and
create
literally
separation. We created
the
separation
rules
and we made it
the
harder.
Guidelines
Yeah.
around travel and even who gets to travel. It is a class thing.
Yeah.
It is an economic thing. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
we've created so much division in so many ways. And honestly, it will, for me anyway, it always ties back to colonization and how we colonize the planet and how we colonize people. And we set things, we set constructs. Oh, this box means this. This color of your skin means this. This body type, this hair type, this,
Horrible,
this,
horrible.
everything.
Yeah, horrible. We want to put a label on it. I was recently went to this African festival out here in Atlanta a few days ago, and they were talking about how it was mostly tribes in Africa, certain tribes in Africa, and then when Europeans, of course, came in, they not only took the land, we all know the story, but they decided to put their labeling on everything. So, for instance, that's how you have the Egyptians, and it's really Kemet or Kemetic type of people. They took their words and just transferred. Everybody know this, but most people know this. They came in and said, nah, this is not, they're not Kemetic. They're Egyptians. They're this, they're that, they're that. And so they did that on everything. And so that's one of the disconnects, is why we have disconnects on finding your own tribe, disconnects on finding anything, because we're literally having, like you said, colonizers came in and literally changed the story, the narratives. Oh, this is the superhero that won this. Change that person's name. You know, who came and did this, defeated these people? Nope. Erase that forever.
See,
Nope.
the biggest lie to
Yeah.
me, though,
Look at
the
Coco
biggest
face.
lie,
Coco's like,
exactly, because the biggest lie to me is them talking about they brought Christianity to Africa, and I'm like, how, Sway?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
Child.
existed way before y'all and y'all.
That's a whole nother thing in
You know
itself.
it started
Way
Their
here, right?
version of Christianity
You,
they
you
brought.
know this is where it started, right?
Yeah,
Exactly, their
exactly.
version.
Their
Talk about
version.
taking your culture and selling it back to you.
Yes. Ooh, you get that's
That is
one of those. That is the
crazy.
truth. They gonna take your stuff, change it up, like I say, pick the stuff they didn't like out of it, change the names of all the prophets and all this other stuff. Because a lot of those stories, even the story about Jesus and some of those things were quote unquote in the stars. So those were bedtime stories that they would
No,
look
all
and
of
say,
those
let me
stories
tell
are
you
there.
about the story
All of
about
them stories
I
this.
got
are there.
chills when you said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know that God is all them stories. is
The
in
three
stars.
wise
Yeah.
men were astrologers.
Yeah.
They were walking
that.
by the light of the stars.
No, for real.
Exactly.
And that's how they would keep the stories.
It's a star
cracks me
story
up
Yeah.
during
how
a star
Christians
time
are so
because
against
that is
that.
exactly the winter solstice. Don't get me started.
Yeah. Nah, for real, for real.
It's so crazy how astrology is in the Bible and in Christianity is like, no, astrology.
Oh yeah, we don't even want to go
Like,
there. Yeah,
what do
I
you think?
man,
What?
they started it. They have a book that's called the first actual astrology type of book. I was studying in it. It's actually made by a Christian guy, and it was before, like way back, the first book. So that debunks a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff. But anyways, real quick, let me let's go to a quick
Even
commercial
the
break.
Pope has an astrologer to this day.
Nah, you're not lying. But let's go to a quick commercial break real quick. I know we kind of been going in a little bit. We're already like 45 minutes in. Let's go to a quick commercial break. You guys are watching the Top of the Morning Show, Royal Flush Crew. We're having a talk, just a conversation about conspiracy theories. We will be back not only with some more conspiracy theories, but we also have Goddess in the house that's going to go over the tea with the stars. So stay tuned, stay focused, and we'll be back, baby. Hold up. Okay, I believe we are back. We are back. Yes, we are. Okay, welcome back to the top of the morning show with the Royal Flush crew. If you've been chilling with us, we just been conversating, having a good time, talking about conspiracy theories, just debunking, not really going all the way in. Like I said, it's a light show. We always do these shows, but if y'all like it, we'll bring this back. Don't trip. Just let us know. We'll definitely bring it back. But if you're tuning in right now, we've been talking about a couple conspiracy theories. We lightly almost sparked the entire panel on flat Earth, but we had to put that out. We went in for dinosaurs. It's doing its thing. Now, the next topic I wanted to kind of bring up before we just dive all the way is pyramids. This pyramids is definitely something that people have so many theories on. How were the pyramids built? How did they get this structure to be so gigantic, so huge? Why are they cutting off the noses of all these structures? Like, they made a structure so strong, but the nose can't stay on. What's going on? So I'm gonna go down the panel so we can just see what's going on, see how everybody's feeling about this. Coco, how do you feel about this pyramid thing? How do you feel about it?
Well, in my studies, I'm just playing, in my little bit of research that I've been doing, it's very interesting the different theories and stuff people have when it comes to the pyramids. But most definitely, I don't really believe it was alien or
Were they aliens?
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you defining as alien?
I'm telling you,
You know what I'm saying?
DNA wise,
It's my
our
question.
structure is alien-ish. That's another whole theory in itself. Not saying that they're not either others outside of us. Not saying that, but I'm saying that the aliens that they're trying to say on a lot of those things are just very sophisticated, tapped in black folk. Really. That had devices.
Exactly what I was gonna go
Yeah,
into.
yeah,
That's
go
why
ahead.
I'm like, what are you considering alien? I don't think it's no grays or no, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
they might be grays, though. They
Like,
might be grays. I'm
lizard
gonna see one.
people or some shit.
Mhm.
Because I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of different things that, you know, raised the eyebrow when it came to the construction or even why it was built. So they were built. So I mean,
Yeah. Now, so one of them, I did see one of the theories they were talking about, just trying to chime in. You know, the Ankh and certain things that you always see in these pictures that they had. So they would say that these were certain devices that they would strike together. And when they would strike certain things together, it would cause a certain vibration that can move stone or that can break things in half. You know, they have it in a lot of these pictures. So
with precision.
yeah, with precision to the point, and to the point where they carried this thing in their hand pretty much all the time. Yeah, which is crazy. They had another theory of talking about that there was a lot more water in some of those areas. Oh, it gets deeper than this because I got even one more. That it was a lot of water in some of these areas where the pyramids are and stuff like that. So they used to use water to transport a lot of these huge stones to get to a certain destination. They even said that it's so crazy that they had to build rivers, like
Well.
special wells and rivers. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've seen a theory of how that could be possible, but it really didn't make sense to me, especially if it's not surface. You know what I'm saying? So even the scientists say, yeah, that only works at a certain level, not 300 feet up in the air.
Yeah, how you
know
gonna
what
get
I'm
it up
saying?
there? Huh? Yeah,
So-
exactly. Yeah. And so-
Yeah, but I've seen them try to say that they had some kind of like they had water going up the middle, and it was a little bit too much for me.
it was a
like,
lot.
So how they get it over to the side after that?
Yeah,
Like, what?
and stack it up perfectly.
make sense to me.
And it's too precision.
Yeah.
Like the precision is like a huge level. And then you got to think about some of these old, not only prophets, not only shamans and all these, they had visualizations of where all these pyramids were from an aerial perspective or from the view, from a high point. So how did they know and see that these were in alignment, you know, certain ways, with certain prophecies, certain things that they were speaking? They were looking from a whole nother bird's eye view. I do feel like, you know, you can channel certain animals. You can channel an animal. They could have channeled a hawk or something, some way up there and looked at it like that. But I'm just saying they had so much precision on some of these structures. It makes it to this day, people still cannot tell you, you know, how they did it. So that's how you know when something's divine also too. is when you have explanations hundreds and thousands of years later, and you still have no clue. You know, so that's deep in itself. And then there's one more that is not even where we think that it was. So a lot of these things were duplicated in other structures that, and this is, I got maps, y'all. I can't go in because it's going to start a whole thing in itself about
Speaking
the
of that,
true promised land is being out here
Grand Canyon.
in exactly the mother flipping Grand Canyon. They have a picture of some of the Sphinx, like places that they don't let you take pictures in the Grand Canyon, that had a lot of those descriptions of those temples and stuff that we thinking is way in Africa,
everything.
and it's way out here. That's another conspiracy. So I don't even want to go. That's why I said I'm gonna wait until Zakor. He's gonna break it down. But he sent me some pictures the other day, back to back, of a structure out there and original structure out here. A structure out there, a structure out there. And I was like, wow, it is a certain section in the Grand Canyon. They don't even let you take pictures at all. And it's writings on the wall, like in Egypt. Like Egypt. It's a whole section. Why they ain't talking about the hieroglyphs and all that stuff in the Grand Canyon? Like, why they not going in on that even a little bit? They just talk about it like, yeah, it's the Grand Canyon. Look how big, how huge it is. But I'm telling you, we might be in the promised land that Moses was talking about the whole time. I'm just going to say it like that.
That's
and I'm going to leave it alone. And I will talk. We'll have our other talk later.
If you look into
America
the Moorish
too.
background.
Go ahead.
Not just that, but the Mayans. The
Yes.
Mayans were here.
Yes.
And so there are, they had their version of pyramids as well, just
Yes.
not with the point. It was flat, and
Yeah.
they did ceremony and stuff at the top of the pyramids. But
Yes.
they're here. There's two of them in North
7 and 8.
America. One is
Yeah.
like in Chicago, like a little north of Chicago,
Yeah.
and one is down south somewhere around the Mississippi.
Yeah. I believe it.
And speaking
But there's
of
two of them,
and-
and they were the biggest.
Aztecs and the Mayans.
They were the biggest cities
Yeah.
of those times. Like
Yeah.
it was huge. It was just like how Egypt was this place that people came to from all over. The one down south was like
True
that
gigs.
when they describe it. But they said, quote unquote, it was flooded out.
I'm telling you, look, we gonna have to. It's so big of a huge thing. Like I said, I'm trying to save it to where we can have it its own show. But when he showed me, like somebody was just saying randomly inside of our on side of the show, they're saying that this is the original Egypt. You guys brace. You gotta step into a whole nother mind space to be able to accept some of this information. If you don't, you don't. But I watched hours of videos. He's been showing me videos, and this guy, he convinced me. And he was showing me the original names. This is how he was finding out. He was going all the way back to some of the original names of stuff, and in comparison to some of the stuff in the Bible, some of the stuff from history. And I was like, whoa. And then he was showing how it lined up, and it made a lot more sense than some of the other things that we're talking about in the middle of a desert, the middle of nowhere, It was deep. And so, like I said, I just say keep your mind open. We're not going to say anything that we're still trying to learn ourselves. So I'll keep it like that. We ain't going to tell you to believe nothing, but just know that the number one thing to cause a people to not know who they are is to re-identify things first. They've already done that. And to tell them that it's over there. If I wanted Goddess or Coco to not find the treasure,
Force them into new language.
yeah.
Everything.
So they can't even talk about it
You
to try to
know
go
how
back
hard
over it.
is to translate language and not. You literally don't even have words to communicate.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm serious. And think about it. I want you guys not to get the gold. So I'm going to say, yeah, the gold is in New York, y'all. Go ahead and go to New York. And you in New York, and I'm out here in Atlanta like, all right, let me find this while they over there in New York. It's a lot of that's been done through time.
Wild goose chases.
Through time. Yeah, they send you in another place, and then it doesn't make sense. Or you just accept it because you do see some pyramids, a couple things. So you're like, okay. But they not telling you everything, bro. I'm telling you. So he showed me a regular map of the United States with the real names on it. And that shit was crazy. Even the Dead Sea. It was deep. It was deep. I don't even want to talk too much about it until we can go in on the show. But just know that that's a part of our conspiracy theories. We will have a special show on just that to debunk those things. I'm going to have Zakor do it. He'll do it way better than I can and have the facts to back it up. But this is one of his like life goals. He does this, and that's how me and him met. We were actually having a conversation. He felt the vibe. He was saying something about me, and we started having deep combos. And since then, it's been butter. But make sure that you guys constantly are asking those questions. You shouldn't be wrong to ask any type of question. You know what I mean? And if a person's not giving you no direct answer, then that should be a question mark on that thing. You shouldn't be putting a period. It should be a question mark. You can't tell me what's up. Have you show me some pictures? Show me this. Show me that. You know what I mean? Even if I would rather have both informations in my head, not just one. Even on what I think, I'd rather have both in my head in a sense to say, could be this, could be that, could be this. You know, I feel that that's one of the best ways. What's up, Fody? But yeah, so anyway, so let's not go dive too much in. We already at an hour. So we got about a little 10-minute segment, 10 to 15. It's up to her how she feels led. Segment that we're going to do, which is one of our favorite segments, is the Tea with the Stars. So I'm going to go ahead and put Goddess in the big box. We're going to let her take forwardness. You guys sit back, relax. Make sure you guys get y'all pin. She's going to just go over a few things, going over what the stars are doing as we speak, what some of the energies that are in a line right now. So this is one of our favorite times of the show. So we're going to go ahead and give you the floor, Goddess. And yeah, you got it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a 7-day forecast, basically just like how a weather woman would give the forecast, and you're going to come back next Friday and see me again for the next 7 days. Okay, so anyway, this is really good news, you guys. We have just stepped out of Mercury retrograde. It's been a couple of days now, but what a lot of people don't know, Mercury is the planet of communication, and when Mercury goes into retrograde, it's almost like, you know, she gets a little attitude, right? And people start to act out, you know, communication starts to break down. Our things, even, you know, our phone might glitch, computer might, you know, crash, things like this happen. And so accidents happen. We're more accident prone. We're more argument prone. We're more confrontational, these types of things. And so there's also a shadow period, though, you guys. Like, it's weird. It's almost like, you know, the planet has PMS or something. It'd be like, I still got an attitude. I'm still mad at you for whatever, you know, transpired. You know, when you have a fight with someone and you guys are kind of making up, you're kind of cool, but you're kind of not. And so Mercury has a little time like that. And so anyway, that went up to June 1st. Okay, so Mercury was in its shadow phase until June 1st. And so you probably are seeing a little bit of more lightness. And this is also due to the Sagittarius full moon quickly coming into play. So tomorrow is the Sagittarius full moon. Now, so let me correct myself here because there's two sides of Sag, and it can be stark, night and day. Okay, so how you interpret this energy is really going to depend on where you are in your spiritual journey. And so I say that to say because with Sagittarius, it could bring karmic debt. It can bring self-sabotaging behaviors and an assignment, right? A lesson. Something has to be learned. Something has to come back into fruition. And so you might have done things, said things, created an environment or an experience that produced something else. Okay. And this happens. This is the dang it, what is the name of that book? Shit, I forgot. But there's this book. It's like this old medieval book, and this king, basically his fears, you know, come to life in the book. You know, I forgot what the name of the book is, but it becomes a monster and basically like wreaks havoc on the kingdom. Okay, but this is your own little monster, your own little demon inside. Okay, it's never too late to apologize. You're right. But sometimes it's not your apology, Kima. Sometimes it's someone else's. Sometimes other people do you wrong and they don't apologize. This is you moving on without an apology. This is you letting go without someone being accountable, without saying, you know what, I am treating her mean. You know what, I am, treating him XYZ way. This is the person who has completely or seemingly completely no idea, and you're sitting here like, for real, that's how you're going to talk to me? For real, that's how you're going to treat me? And then you're also going to claim at the same time that this is not real. It's delusional. So this is that energy, and it can be like that. Saturn can be very exacting, where this is your own karmic debt for whatever reason, right? And you have created this environment, even if sometimes you're the victim in the environment, because guess what? Even some of us, we create our own, victim experience, if you will, by allowing people to treat us a certain type of way. When we accept certain types of behaviors, and then the person will continue on in those behaviors, that is self-sabotaging as well. We can choose to not be the victim. We can choose to not be the abuser, or whichever way this falls, okay? But anyway, so if you are sitting on the darker side of this, you could be experiencing karmic debt at this time. Remember, there's always a light aspect and a dark aspect. If you're sitting closer to the darker aspect, or if, like I said, things are coming to fruition that you don't like, as long as you are unhappy, this is your first initiation, right? If you notice unhappiness within you, stop and say to yourself, I'm unhappy with this situation, regardless to if someone else is doing it to you, because sometimes you're the victim, like I said. But you want to get to the point of accountability where you say, you know what? Even if I'm being abused in this situation, I have allowed this abuser into my home, or I've allowed them into my heart in however way that they are hurting me. And so sometimes our accountability on either way is to say, you know what, I'm not doing the right thing. I need to show integrity here. I need to show that I'm working on emotion and I'm not doing the right thing. Or the opposite way, I am allowing someone to operate a certain way with me. Okay. But either way, both of those scenarios, the snake, oh God, girl. But either way, both of those scenarios sit on the darker aspect. Okay. Whether you're experiencing this as karmic debt, whether you're experiencing this as accountability or as integrity, if you're a victim or if you're an abuser, you are going to be experiencing this from the darker side of things. Now, for those evolved souls, for those people who are elevated, you are content. You're going to be experiencing balance at this time. And this is actually, for those people who are deep diving, this has been this, or shall be, the next couple of days in this full moon energy is going to be the lightest full moon that we have experienced in a couple of months, you guys. So even if you are feeling some of the darker aspects, you can turn it all around, you guys. You can literally make a shift. You can lean into playful energy. Because let me talk about Sagittarius for a second here. Sagittarius they desire that. A lot of Sagittariuses, like our friend Tina Talk, for instance, is a Sagittarius. Thank you so much, Coco. A lot of Sagittariuses will want to go in the direction of psychology, for instance, because it is their desire to want us to heal the brokenness, to heal the wounded child within. Okay, because they want that child to play, they want that child to grow. Okay, now, and of course, this is the evolved Sag as well. Okay, because the unevolved Sag could be doing the whole most in their ego bag right now too. Okay, but anyway, so but the more evolved energy of Sagittarius, the one that I'm explaining on, right? This wants us to be light. They want us to be joyful. And so I do want to say here, you guys, it's important to say that if you lean into that energy, you can turn it all around. Honestly, any one of us can meditate. Meditation is a great tool that I suggest to everyone, because you can meditate honestly for 5 minutes, maybe even 2 minutes. Like, all you have to do is recall the energy of lightness in that moment, in those just few minutes that you sit down. You know what? I'm going to sit down and be mindful for 5 minutes, or mindless for 5 minutes, and recall the energy of love, recall the energy of forgiveness, recall childlike behavior. All it takes is a memory. Remember yourself running around, your most favorite childhood memory. Just think of that for 5 minutes and recall the energy of that. And then think of that energy through the rest of your day. Say to yourself, I'm going to play today. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to go down the swings. This is really easy for me because I do have small children. And whenever I want to feel childlike, I take them to the park and I play everything that they're playing. A lot of times I'll go to the park with my blanket. I will lay down in the grass and I will watch them. No, when I am making a effort to recall energy, okay, this is a mindful thing that I am doing. Hello, Lush. This is a mindful thing that I'm doing. I'm saying today I'm going to play. And then you actually go out and play with the children. I do like to play with the children. That keeps me lighthearted and makes me feel, young and beautiful and like a young mom and all that stuff, right? So you can do this too. This is the energy of Sagittarius over the next 4 days, okay? Because remember, you feel the energy 2 days before and then 2 days after, okay? And tomorrow is the full moon. Okay, and then next week, you guys, we are moving into Venus energy, and Venus is entering into Leo. Venus is going to be in Leo over the next couple of months. I really love this, also because Venus is very lighthearted right now, although, again, remember, everything has a light aspect and a dark aspect. And also, Venus is about to head into a retrograde. She's further away. Think about it. The planets that are further away, if you believe in round planets anyway, but the planets that are further away, they are rotating, right? And so what's happening is that this is what happens when they're in retrograde. They're on the opposite side of us and they seemingly start to go in a different direction. And so the planets that are further away, it takes them a longer time in rotation. So they also go through longer periods of retrograde as well. Okay. So anyway, going back to this, it's going to take Venus a long time, and it's going to hit its peak on July 20th. Okay. But this is dealing with matters of the heart. I have really been dealing with this lately, especially in finances. Okay, you guys, because a lot of us, and Coco alluded to this earlier, this is definitely me. I want to make money with people I love. I want to make money with people I get along with. I want to make money in a tribal way. So, fixing relationships has to be a big part of it. Dispute resolution, healthy relationships, or sometimes knowing when to walk away when there's not a good relationship there. That's important to me. I don't want to do mindless business, emotionless business. Some people say that's the way to do business. Honestly, I think it's an old world view. When I think of emotionless business, I think of, the colonizers that we talk about. I think about capitalism. I think about overconsumption. I think about people only thinking about numbers and growth and not thinking about human, the people that are being consumed, the amount of animals that are going extinct, the plants that are going extinct, the climate change, nature, Mother Earth saying, oh my God, you guys are doing the most. I want you off my planet. I don't know if has anyone else been feeling that? But pollution on a mass scale just for consumption, just for human consumption at that. And so I don't want to do business that is outside of that. And that can feel heavy to some people. You know, some people do want to do business minus emotion. People want to do business minus healthy relationships. And so I am at this place too in my life, you know, and for several years, which is the point. Honestly, if you guys don't know, I do have a nonprofit. It's called the Awaken Foundation. And we do think about these type of things. We specifically talk about human nature, overconsumption, pollution, and it's everything from climate change to building healthy relationships to doing business tribally. And I'm constantly thinking about these things. But anyway, Venus in Leo is going to have everyone to really put a spotlight on this. Where am I donating my time? Where am I donating my money? What is consuming me? Okay, and we are urging towards all of the planets, Mother Nature, you know, the gods, the goddesses, however you see it. All of these events are conspiring for us to reach our higher selves, where we will say yes to being healthier people, yes to building healthier relationships, and even in business, even in finance. Okay, so as Venus travels through Leo, it will actually station retrograde July 20th, you guys. So look out for this energy. It's starting now. It is literally entering. Venus enters Leo on the 5th. And so it's going to be leading up to this. You are unlucky in love, especially, or if you are unlucky in business, in finances, where you're not happy with the dollar amount that's coming in. Let's just put it like that. I'm not talking about if you're doing your passion. I'm not talking about if you're doing what you love. I'm talking about, is doing what you love equating to actual dollars? Are you happy with your financial situation? Are you happy with your love situation? And for some of us, we want to do the both at the same time. That's for me anyway. I do want to do these things at the same time. I want to work with the people I love, and I want to love the people I work with. You know, I want to live tribally. I want to be very invested in my community. I want to be so specific to where my dollar goes. You know, it's important to me to invest in other people's businesses, to invest in my friends, and so on and so forth. Even here, I talk about this here on Bigo, you guys. I talk about Bigo math and Bigo money and Susu. You know, it's like a new age Susu to me. My parents ran Susu, and they ran numbers. They ran lottery. This is a true story about me, you guys. These were my parents. And they were also very community people. They were very open people. So I do have one of those coexist type of mentalities. Like it was just, I was raised into it. And so for me, I want this. And for those of you that want this too, now is the time to do it as we enter into Leo, actually physically, because we are going to physically enter into Leo, but Venus has made it into Leo before us. Okay, so anyway, that is the end of it. We go up to, what is the date we go up to next week? Okay, the 10th. So Pluto returns to Capricorn, and I'm going to end there. Okay, mommy.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. I guess when she said in there from there, she's in there from there.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I really have to go take care of my children. That was the last of it, though.
Okay. Well, no, we appreciate it.
We will talk about Pluto entering into Capricorn next week.
Okay.
That's the 10th and 11th of next month.
Okay.
I mean, of June.
All right. We appreciate you, Goddess. Thank you. Very informal, putting us, up on game on what's actually happening. Like she was saying, there's a lot of things that's happening behind the scenes, spiritual realm, in the stars, do people just in general. I know I've been definitely dissecting myself. A lot of new books. Like I said, we're going to have a whole thing on just new books, diving in every day, just taking that time aside, remembering yourself, remembering your original plan, what you're here for. So all that stuff definitely is in alignment. So I'm super grateful She was here to be able to just, bless us with some ways to look at it, different perspectives. But yes, we're definitely at the time right now. So this is what we'll do. So we appreciate everybody for coming in. I see a couple of people that are on the actual YouTube. We thank you guys for tuning in to the Top of the Morning Show. Remember that this is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can tune in with us on Bigo. Our Bigo is HMS Media. Or you can come on the YouTube, which is HMS Network. If you need to get in contact with the company itself, you can go ahead and hit us up on our Instagram as We Are HMS. That's WEAREHMS. If you need to contact me personally, I'm an artist, director, film writer, a lot of stuff. You can hit me up at Blick333. That's BLIC 333. All right. So Coco, if anybody wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way people can get in contact with you?
You can't, but joking. You can find me here on Bigo as Coco Wata or on IG as Coco Luan.
Got him. Appreciate you. All right, Poetic. I know you're still traveling, but if you got a second, if there's someone that needs to get in contact with you, she's a wonderful writer, a poet, some other things. What's the best way people can get in contact with you?
The best way to get in contact with me is find your nearest conspiracy theorist. And you can contact me on here, Bigo at Poet Soul, or any other social media platforms that I am on. It's only one Poetic Poison.
Got him. All right, for sure. And then Goddess, if people need to get in contact with you, we know you also do your own panels and stuff like that. Just go ahead and give your plug out real quick.
Yes, I am Goddess Trends in all the places, IG, FB. I just started Twitter and TikTok, so you guys don't come for me. I'm not technically there yet, but Goddess Trends in all the places. Okay.
Appreciate that. And yeah, guys, too, we're bubbling a few other shows as well. So I definitely want to look into that. We are setting up something right now with myself, Coco, and then my boy Zakura that I was telling you about. We might just start having panels and stuff and just going in on conspiracy theories, bringing up certain facts, just so we can sharpen our tools. The stuff you believe, you don't. But I feel like it's still good to get information. Information is for free most of the time. So get that information in you, and then you make the decision in yourself. Sometimes it's not a need to make a decision. I will say that also. So don't be married into just having to make a decision on certain things.
Personally, for myself,
yes.
When I'm doing research, it's not to purposely find out something that, it's just all about exercising my brain. Yeah. I am a person that has like an investigative mindset. Yeah. So when people bring up new topics or even topics I'm privy to or whatever, I like to have a conversation about it and see what other people are thinking or what they know. Yeah, pick their brain. So there's nothing wrong with having conversation.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
Having other thoughts.
Yeah, I love people that think different.
What's the purpose of having a conversation if everybody got the same thought? What are we talking about?
Exactly. You want to make sure we have well balanced people as well, so you can be in a safe space to where you're not even attacked for having a different type of opinion. So I feel like it's always good. It's healthy for us from a spiritual perspective, an inward perspective. So. But that was it, you guys. We appreciate you guys, everybody that tuned in. Thank you for the ones on YouTube, you guys that stuck around with us. We appreciate it. We'll definitely be back on Monday. Monday, we are talking about trending skits and videos that are on IG or TikTok, TikTok. Just different ones. We're going to load up a few of them. We'll watch them, laugh at them, talk about different concepts. Like, did you see this before? And how when you show somebody your phone and you want to show them that, we'll have a live version of that pretty much on the show so everybody can just, laugh and we have a good time. So we thank you guys. I thank you for the support. We thank you for the love. Make sure you tune in, hit us up. You see the website down below, hitmakersociety.com. We are creatives that help creatives. And yeah, that's one of our missions. So hit us up if you got some ideas. We appreciate you guys and make sure y'all stay tuned. Run it by.